Hello, welcome back. I am Juan, one of the youth organizers here at the Southside Organizing Center. Today is an important day for the city of Milwaukee. The spring elections are being held for mayor and county supervisors. Thank you for allowing us to be with you today for the spring primary election. Please note that we will be doing today's Vote-A-Thon in both English and Spanish, as well as we will be with you every hour on the hour until 7 p.m. If you are still unaware of where to vote, please visit myvote.wi.gov and click Find My Polling Place. We will be giving you updates and keeping you informed. Just a reminder, the polls are open today until 8 p.m. and should take about 30 minutes. If you are in line to vote by 8 p.m. when the polls close, you will still be eligible to cast your vote so long as you remain in the line. Thank you to all our residents for joining us at this time. Bye.
Yo soy Ángel, uno de los organizadores juveniles del SOC, y la posición del alcalde y las posiciones de los supervisores del condado están corriendo para la elección primaria de la primavera. Gracias por permitirnos estar con ustedes hoy para el día de las elecciones primarias de primavera. Tenga en cuenta que haremos el Vote-A-Thon de hoy en inglés y en español. Estaremos con usted cada hora en punto hasta las 7 p.m. Y si ustedes todavía no saben dónde ir a votar, por favor visiten myvote.wi.gov y cliquear el botón que dice My Polling Place. Dándole actualizaciones y manteniéndolo informado, solo un recordatorio. Las urnas están abiertas hoy de 7 a.m. a 8 p.m. y deberían demorar unos 30 minutos. Si usted está en línea a las 8 en punto, cuando cierran los sitios de votación, usted puede mandar su voto. Solamente que se quede formado en línea. Muchas gracias a todos los residentes por acompañarnos en este tiempo. Hasta luego.
Thank you, Juan and Angel, for that awesome introduction. Those are our SOC youth, as usual, helping out in any way they can. Gracias a Juan y Ángel por esa introducción. Ellos siempre están aquí, los jóvenes, para ayudarnos en como puedan. Now we'll be sharing recorded interviews with key organizations for you to have other important information. One of the first key interviews will be with Jonathan Zuniga, the Deputy Elections Commissioner. Here, let me share my screen. And play that video for you. More and discuss your role with your organization. Si puedes presentarte y discutir tu rol con tu organización.
Claro. My name is Jonathan Zuniga. I'm the Deputy Director for the Election Commission. So I get to work with our team on election day voting. So all of our 180 polling sites, poll workers, equipment, supplies, everything that goes into that, I get to work with our team to make sure that they're all set and ready on election day. Mi nombre es Jonathan, soy el subdirector de la Comisión Electoral de la Ciudad de Milwaukee y mi trabajo es trabajar con un equipo aquí en la comisión para asegurarnos que el día de las elecciones, como el día de hoy, todos nuestros sitios, lugares de votación estén abiertos y listos para que usted pueda salir a votar.
Oh, that's great to know. Eso es muy bien para saber. Now, why is it important for people to come out and vote at the spring elections? ¿Por qué es importante que la gente salga a votar en estas elecciones de primavera?
It's really important for everyone who is eligible to vote to come out and vote for this spring election, because there is, well, first of all, it's your right. It's your voice. It's your right to get to cast a ballot on election day and choose who represents you. On the ballot, there will be the mayor, a county supervisor office for your district, and some circuit court judges. So very important roles and offices that have a direct impact in your everyday life, your neighborhood, your block. So it's super important for you to get a chance to choose who you want as your next representative for those offices.
Oh, that's good to know, with all that information and why it is important for people to go. And so now, with that said,
in Spanish?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Es súper importante que salgan a votar para esta elección de primavera, porque primeramente es su derecho como un ciudadano de este país salir y votar y escoger a quién nos va a representar en el gobierno. En esta elección, en la papeleta va a haber la oficina para alcalde, que es súper importante en la ciudad de Milwaukee. Va a haber una oficina para supervisor del condado, para su distrito, y algunos jueces de la corte circuita. Entonces, todas estas posiciones, oficinas de gobierno, tienen un impacto directamente en sus vidas, y entonces ustedes tienen la oportunidad de escoger quién quiere como representante para esas oficinas. Entonces, salgan a votar este día.
Ay, mira qué bueno, esa es información muy importante para todos. Well, now with that being said, we've heard a lot about, drop boxes not being available on the day of election day. Is that true, or what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so that is true. Unfortunately, due to a court decision in the circuit court in Waukesha, they decided to indicate the Wisconsin Election Commission to remove all of the guidance regarding drop boxes. So as a result, we weren't able to use drop boxes for this election, either throughout when we mailed in the absentee ballots or today on election day. So what people can do still is, if you haven't returned your absentee ballot today, you can head out to your polling site and vote in person. Again, if you haven't returned your absentee ballot, you can head out to your site and vote in person. If you have your absentee ballot and you want to return it, you can do so at our central count place, where we count all of the absentee ballots, which is at 1901 South Kinnickinnick Avenue. You have until 8 p.m. to return that absentee ballot. But again, probably the best case scenario today is that if you haven't received your absentee ballot, to go ahead and go and vote in person at your regular voting site.
Oh my God, thank you so much for that information. Now, ¿por qué no habrá buzones de votación disponibles en esta elección primaria, como hemos escuchado?
Sí, los buzones para donde pueden regresar las papeletas ausentes no estuvieron disponibles para esta elección debido a una decisión de una corte en Waukesha. Ellos indicaron en esa decisión que la Comisión Electoral del Estado de Wisconsin removiera todos los guías acerca de buzones. Entonces, como resultado, nosotros aquí en la ciudad de Milwaukee no pudimos usar estos buzones. Pero si usted todavía tiene su papeleta ausente y no la ha regresado, lo más fácil o lo más que puede hacer es primero ir a su lugar de votación regular para votar en persona. Otra vez, si no ha regresado esa papeleta, puede votar en persona en su lugar de votación regular. Si tiene esa papeleta y la quiere regresar, puede hacerlo aquí en persona en nuestro lugar de contación, donde contamos todas las papeletas, que es en la 1901 sur de la calle Kinnikinnick Avenue. Entonces, tiene hasta las 8 p.m. para regresar esa papeleta. Pero otra vez, lo más mejor que puede hacer es ir a votar en su lugar de votación si no ha regresado su papeleta ausente.
Mira, es muy bien para saber. So, como escucharon a Jonathan, si no han entregado su boletín, pasen a registrarse en persona. Now, Jonathan, a couple things that I would like you to kind of speak about is more like the redistricting, you know, why should people go and see voting site, voter identification, ballots, and maybe talk a little about voter protection and voter registration, okay?
Yeah, so first off with the redistricting, the city of Milwaukee went through a redistricting process and they approved wards back in November of 2021, and they approved aldermanic districts in January this past January. So based on that redistricting process and the wards, most of the wards changed, and they changed based on the 2020 census. So based on that, the polling sites changed as well. So we sent out a postcard back in January to every registered voter, letting them know about the changes with voting sites. So, but we still, if you're heading out today to vote, please go to myvote.wi.gov to verify your polling site before heading out of your home. So go to that website. It's really easy. It takes less than 1 minute to look. Just enter your address and it'll give you your voting site for this election and for upcoming election. So please, we ask that you go ahead and do that before heading out. Check, verify your voting site. And then also, based on you still have time to register to vote. I think that was another one of your questions. So you can register to vote at your voting site. So once you go to myvote.wi.gov, you look up your voting site, you can go there and register to vote if you need to. Okay, so as long as you have your photo ID and a proof of residence document, you can actually register to vote at your voting site today on election day if you need to. If you're already registered, head out to your voting site with your photo ID. Make sure you don't forget that photo ID. That could be a Wisconsin driver's license, a Wisconsin ID, it could be your passport, it could be a college ID if you're a college student, so that you are able to vote at your voting site. Anything I missed?
No, I think that's pretty much it. So ahora, Jonathan, una de las cosas que me gustaría que habláramos es de las nuevas restricciones del condado aquí del mapa de Milwaukee, identificación para los votantes, las protecciones de votadores y el registro de dónde se pueden votar todavía si no han registrado. Sí.
Claro. Entonces, la ciudad de Milwaukee tuvo un proceso para redistribuir los precintos y los distritos de concejales. Entonces, eso pasó empezando el año pasado en noviembre y se han aprobado desde entonces nuevos precintos y nuevos distritos concejales. Y basados en esos nuevos precintos, se han cambiado algunos lugares de votación. So, es súper importante que la gente vaya a myvote.wi.gov. También está en español ese lugar de web. En la parte de abajo de ese lugar de esa página web, puede cambiar la página web a español. Y ahí puede buscar su lugar de votación. Nosotros mandamos una tarjeta postal en el correo en enero a todos los electores registrados, pero por favor, si no la recibió por alguna razón, si no tiene esa información, vaya a esta página web y toma menos de un minuto en poner su dirección y buscar su lugar de votación. Entonces háganlo por favor antes de salir de sus casas en este día para confirmar a dónde va a ir a votar. También, si usted se ha cambiado de dirección, se ha cambiado de nombre y necesita registrarse, todavía tiene tiempo. Puede ir hoy a su lugar de votación y registrarse ahí, ya sea usando su identificación o licencia de conducir con su dirección, si tiene su dirección corriente, o también si no tiene su ID con su dirección corriente, puede traer algún comprobante de donde vive. Puede ser un bill de luz, un bill eléctrico, puede ser alguna carta de un tipo de una oficina de gobierno que puede usar con su nombre y su dirección de ahorita para poder registrarse para votar. Pero tiene hasta el día de hoy en su lugar de votación para registrarse si lo necesita. También, si usted ya está registrado, nada más necesita tener su identificación para ir y votar en su lugar de votación. Entonces, no se le olvide su ID. Otra vez, para eso puede ser su licencia de conducir, puede ser su identificación estatal, puede ser su pasaporte, alguna identificación de su universidad, y todo eso puede también encontrarlo en myvote.wi.gov. Entonces, eso es lo que necesita para poder votar en su lugar de votación el día de hoy.
Muchísimas gracias por esa información, Jonathan. Ahora, vi que si hay un problema en la área de votación o que tengan un comentario, una pregunta o algo, ¿hay número donde te pueden contactar o contactar a alguien?
Sí. Si tienen cualquier pregunta que tengan, acabo de dar mucha información. A veces las leyes del estado en cuanto a votar no son fáciles de entender. Llámenos. Tenemos gente bilingüe el día de hoy y todos los días en nuestra oficina al 414-286-3491. Llámenos cualquier pregunta que tiene para poder ayudarle y asistirle en este día.
Thank you, Jonathan, for all that great information. Now, if someone were to have problems at the voting site, or if they didn't catch something, or they just had additional questions, is there a contact number where they can give you or anyone in the commission's office a call?
Yes, so you can call us at 414-286-3491. Please give us a call. I just went over a lot of information. Voter law in Wisconsin can be complex. So please, if you have any questions, any doubts, give us a call, 414-286-3491, so that we are able to assist you with your questions and you're able to vote today.
Well, thank you so much, Jonathan, for joining us again. It's always a pleasure having you. And all this information, you guys can find it, like he said, at myvote.wi.gov, or by giving as well a call to the commission's office if there's any problems at 414-286-3491. Gracias, Jonathan, otra vez por estar con nosotros. Gracias por toda la información que nos has dado. Y como ha dicho Jonathan, pueden encontrar mucha de esta información en la página de web en el www.myvote.gov para ver si les falta algo, necesitan algo más, o si gustarían hablar con alguien, le pueden dar una llamada a la oficina de comisión al 414-286-3491. So thank you again, Jonathan, and we hope to see you soon. So there you go, everyone. You can find that information on the comments. So ahí ya vieron esta programación y pueden encontrar esta información en los comentarios ahí en el lado. Ahora, now to play the next video recording that we have from Souls to the Polls with Anita Johnson. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Ana Rodriguez, and I am the program manager here at SAG. Today we have a guest with us joining us from Souls to the Polls. Welcome, Anita. Could you introduce yourself and discuss your role at your organization?
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Anita Johnson. I am the Educational and Outreach Specialist for Souls to the Polls, Milwaukee.
Oh, great. And then, can you tell us a little bit about what does your organization do?
Well, our organization works on different issues. We work on affordable housing, voting rights, COVID-19, gun violence, and governmental transparency. Right now, we have an election going on, and our focus is encouraging people to get out to vote.
Oh, great. So with that, getting out people to vote, what is it that your organization do or resources that can help the community to get out and vote? What do you provide?
Well, usually we do flyers. We have canvassers to go out and knock doors and let people know about the election, because people don't usually vote for the local election. So it is a chore to go out and encourage people and let them know about the elections. Also, we've put a little more effort into this election, and we did put out lawn signs to let people know about the upcoming election. What people don't realize is that we're electing a new mayor, and that hasn't happened in about 20 years. Mm-hmm. So it's everybody's right and responsibility to go to the polls and elect a leader for the city of Milwaukee. We also educate the public on any changes in the voting laws that would affect them when they go to the polls to vote, which is part of my job to go around and present these things so people are clear about what they need to do when they go to the polls to vote. We are also offering rides to the poll, and we're doing that during early voting and on election day. And if you have a pen, that telephone number is 414-383-1821. And I'll probably be repeating that number throughout this segment.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear, because, a lot of people unfortunately don't have rides to get there. And also, depending on the weather conditions, we see sometimes, we have up and downs. Is there any cost for the residents for your organization service for the rides?
No, there is no cost. But one other thing I wanted to mention is if you have an absentee ballot, you can take that absentee ballot to the early voting site on April 2nd and hand it to the clerk. So if you have people who can't get the mail to the mailbox to put their absentee ballot into the mailbox, they can have somebody drive them up to the polling site on April 2nd and give your absentee ballot to the clerk there. So that's one of the things that's being offered since we don't have drop boxes.
Oh, that is great to know. And then again, what is that number?
That number for a ride is 414-383-1821.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Anita, for this information. So if anyone is out there and needs a ride to get to the voting sites in early voting or on the day of elections on April 5th, please give Souls to the Polls a call, and they will be more than happy to assist you guys. Thank you, Anita, again.
Thank you.
So now we're going to have League of Women Voters with Judith discussing on some of the topics for today's voting. Ahora vamos a tener la Liga de Mujeres Votantes, Judith, discutiendo unas cosas, eventos de hoy en el día de votación. Déjame compartir este video con ustedes.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Ana Rodriguez, the program manager here at SAC. Today we have a guest joining us from the League of Women Voters. Welcome, Judy. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Ana. My name is Judith Chuburensky Gomez. I'm a retired teacher of English as a second language, Spanish, and adult education. And I'm a member of the League of Women Voters of Milwaukee, and I work particularly at the Comité for el Vote-A-Thon almost since its inception.
Thank you. And then Hola y gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Mi nombre es Ana Rodríguez, la gerente del programa aquí en SAC. Hoy tenemos una invitada que se une a nosotros de la Liga de Mujeres Votantes. Bienvenida, Yuri. Preséntate, por favor.
Sí, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias por su invitación. Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Judith Chubulensky Gómez. Soy profesora jubilada de español, inglés como segunda lengua y educación para adultos. Y vengo como representante del Comité por el Voto Latino de Milwaukee, que es parte de la Liga de Mujeres Votantes de Milwaukee.
Well, thank you so much for your introduction now. What does your organization do to support the Latino vote?
Okay, so we, the CBA, first of all, the CBA Comité por el Voto Latino was created by the League in the year 2017 in an effort to support the Spanish-speaking population on our civic right and responsibility to vote. We try to have all the information pertaining to voting both in Spanish and English. And that's it.
No, that's great to know, So, ¿qué servicios brinda la organización para apoyar el voto latino?
El Comité por el Voto Latino fue creado por la Liga en el año 2017 en un esfuerzo por apoyar a la población de habla hispana en nuestro derecho cívico y responsabilidad de votar. Tratamos de dar toda la información relacionada con la votación y las elecciones, tanto en español como en inglés. Okay, sorry.
No, that's it. Were you done or did you?
We do a lot of that. For example, we organize and participate in different events such as fairs and organized by the community, like the barrios, the churches, the schools, etc. And we concentrate particularly in the south side of Milwaukee, which is where the vast majority of the concentration of population of Spanish speakers is. And we try to help the people to register to vote. We distribute material containing information regarding how to register to vote, how to vote itself, about the elections, about the candidates. We try to distribute as much information as we can.
Well, that's great to know, for the community, especially in the south side of Milwaukee. So, ¿qué servicios brinda la organización para apoyar el voto latino?
Again, so what we do, So, organizamos y participamos en diferentes eventos, tales como ferias organizadas por la comunidad, los barrios, las iglesias, las escuelas, y nos concentramos particularmente en el lado sur de Milwaukee, la zona sur, que es donde está la mayor concentración de población de habla hispana. Ayudamos a las personas a registrarse para votar, distribuimos material que contiene la información pertinente sobre el registro, cómo registrarse, cómo votar, las elecciones, los candidatos, etc.
Mira, qué bien, mucha buena información para saber, ¿verdad? Could you explain what it means for an organization to be nonpartisan and how that helps the community?
Sure. The idea of nonpartisan means we do not represent any party, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, not nobody. We don't go for them, not against them. We just ask them questions and try to distribute the information of everybody so the voter can actually have a better understanding of who is there, no matter which candidate or which party we do not represent any party.
Explicar qué significa que una organización no sea partidista y cómo ayuda eso en la comunidad.
Sí, la liga no es partidista, lo que quiere decir es que no representamos a ningún partido político en nuestro trabajo de divulgación y educación. No representamos ni a los demócratas ni a los republicanos, solo compartimos información que ayuda a las personas a tomar su decisión sobre quién votar. Quisiera agregar que si bien la liga es una organización no partidista o apartidista, no somos apolíticos, o sea, sí participamos en la arena política, en la lucha por defender los derechos de las mujeres, de los inmigrantes, de los votantes en general, tanto en tribunales como en las respectivas legislaturas, por ejemplo.
Ah, okay. Qué bien, qué bien. So why is it important for Latinos to vote?
Well, it's as important as for anybody to vote. It's our right. It's our given right, and why not use that right to make our voices heard? You don't have a better place to make your voice heard than voting. And I would say, why miss that opportunity? You say, vote for whoever you think will represent you better, you and your interests. And the other way would be allowing others to vote for you, which means they'll do whatever they vote for whoever represents their interests and not necessarily your own. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, that is. So, ¿por qué es importante que los latinos voten?
Es importante para todos votar, es nuestro derecho, tenemos el derecho de votar y es la plataforma que tenemos para hacernos escuchar, para hacer escuchar nuestras voces, para hacer que se conozcan nuestros intereses, nuestras necesidades. Si no votamos, pues le permitimos a otro votar y defender en su voto sus propios derechos y no los nuestros, y darles la oportunidad de votar y no usar nosotros. Nuestra oportunidad es perder, ¿no? Es perder la mejor oportunidad que tenemos de hacernos escuchar, me parece.
No, qué bien sabe. And Judith, do you always have the information you need to vote for the candidates?
No, absolutely not always. For example, now the elections, tomorrow elections, one of the things, most important people that we need to vote now, for example, are the judges. And I don't know any of those people. There's no way, I've never met them. And it's so important because they're going to make such important decisions for us. So what I do is try to find as much information as I can. In the case of the League, we have our vote411.org, which is a space where you can find information about all the candidates as much as we can. We ask the questions and they respond to those questions, and we translate those into Spanish so that everybody can read them and understand them.
Okay, and you said that was Vote411?
Right. www.vote411.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then, y Judith, ¿siempre tienen ustedes la información que necesitan a votar para los candidatos?
No, yo no siempre tengo esa información, no conozco mucha gente. Para el voto de mañana, por ejemplo, que entre la mayoría, o lo más importante es votar a los jueces, pues no, yo no conozco a ninguno, no sé quiénes son, y por lo tanto tengo que confiar en la información que me aparece o que puedo conseguir. Y en el caso de la liga tenemos el sitio web de www.vote411.org, que es donde nosotros publicamos la información que los candidatos nos dan. Se les hace preguntas, en general son 5 o 6 preguntas relevantes, y los candidatos tienen el derecho, o sea, responden esas preguntas, algunos no. Quien respondió a las preguntas traducimos al español, y entonces está toda esa información en nuestro sitio web.
Mira, gracias por esa información. Es muy importante saber eso. Y como ven en la pantalla, pusimos el vote414.org. Is there a contact information or that where people can maybe get a hold of someone at the League of Women Voters if they would like to volunteer or need any additional information?
Okay, so there is this website. We do have website. We are in Facebook. We are in Twitter. We are using the social media. So you can participate that way, or at least contact that way, and then try to find information. And I guess I don't know if everybody uses Facebook, but there is Twitter and Instagram, and I bet they'll find someone to be able to talk with any of those.
Oh, great. So no matter what way, we can get a hold of you guys at the League of Women Voters.
Yeah. There is even a site at our website that it says volunteers, so you can contact that way.
Oh, that's good to know. So, ¿hay alguna información de contacto o cómo pueden las personas contactarse con ustedes si tienen más información o gustaría ser voluntarios?
Sí, tenemos el sitio web, varios sitios web con el League of Women Voters of Milwaukee, Liga de Mujeres Votantes de Milwaukee, o Comité por el Voto Latino, también hay información. Pero en el sitio web tenemos, estamos en Facebook, se puede poner Liga de Mujeres Votantes de Milwaukee, y ahí aparece cómo ser voluntario, hay información, hay Facebook, hay Twitter, hay Instagram, estamos en las redes sociales, es muy fácil comunicarse con nosotros.
Pues muchísimas gracias, Judy, por estar con nosotros hoy. Thank you so much, Judy, for being with us today and all that great information.
Muchas gracias a ustedes por tenernos aquí y un honor.
Gracias.
So now there you have it from the League of Women Voters. So ahí lo tienen ahora de la Liga de Mujeres Votantes. Y now next to show you a video from Voter Writers with Nick Romo. Ahora para enseñar otro video de Voter Writers con Nick Ramos. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Ana Rodriguez. I am the program manager here at SAC. Today we have a guest joining us from Voter Writers. Welcome, Nick. Could you introduce yourself and discuss your role in your organization?
Absolutely, and thank you for the introduction. My name is Nick Ramos. I am the Wisconsin Voter ID Coalition Coordinator for Vote Writers. And so what does that even look like? Well, at Vote Writers, our big thing is that we're trying to help all those people, and we believe there's about 25 million people across the country that are lacking a valid government issue ID. And so to participate in our democracy and to be able to have your voice heard, we are trying to help every individual that needs help trying to get that valid issued ID. And what we do is we try and pay the fees for that might arise to try and get your ID, as well as we try and help individuals cover the cost for underlying documents like getting their birth certificate or social security card. And we also pay for the transportation for individuals to get to the DMV, the health department, the social security office. We want to break down the barriers that end up coming up when people try and get their documents. If the way I look at it, the ID is your ticket to the game. And if you don't have an ID, you're not able to participate in voting here in Wisconsin. And so we want everyone that's eligible to be able to cast their vote.
No, that sounds great. We always need any assistance like that. Unfortunately, people don't have rides all the time. So it's nice that you guys offer that for them. I did hear that there is no cost, you said?
That's right. So we are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization. We don't care how you vote. We just want you to vote. And our services are free of charge to the individuals that come to us and ask for help to try and get these documents.
Oh, great. Awesome. And then is there a contact information or a link that they can go on to?
Absolutely. So if you have access to the internet, you can type in votewriters.org and you can get all the information about all the resources that we offer to the communities we serve in. If you've got access to a phone, you can call or text our helpline, and that's 844-338-8743. Again, 844-338-8743. We have staff that are around 24/7 that are willing and able to help you through wherever you are in the process and either getting these documents or getting transportation to get those documents.
Oh, that's amazing. And then, so not only, are you helping them to get these documents, to get an identification, but do you guys as well offer or help in providing rides to like voting sites and stuff like that, or is just to get their ID?
Yeah, unfortunately, like Vote Rider specifically focuses on the beginning stages of one that's trying to vote. And so for those individuals that are ready and have their, the documents in order and they're ready to go vote, we have other partner organizations across the state that we can refer you directly to. And they offer up rides like Souls to the Polls and some of these other orgs that are in our communities. But we are exclusive to trying to help you get your ID or those underlying documents to get your ID.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, that's good to know, so that you don't have all these people calling you for a ride, but more for helping and getting the information or, the identification you need for the day of the elections. Well, thank you, Nick, for joining us today and for all that great information. And we hope to see you in the future.
Hey, thank you so much.
Take care. Bye. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much again to voter writers, Nick Romo. Now I'm gonna play a video from our executive director, Tammy Rivera.
My name is Tammy Rivera, and I have the great honor of serving as the executive director for SOC. There are two things I want to encourage your action on today. The first is to ensure that the vote that you're giving today is powerful all year round. And the second is for you to join with us this year on our 32nd anniversary for our 30+2 and You campaign. So let me explain both those things. Today is a really critical democracy day where you're going to vote in the people who are going to represent you. It's important, though, for you to stay connected to your vote all year round, not just on voting day. And how do we do that? We do that by holding our elected officials accountable to the promises they made during their campaign and to the role that they take on. And we also do that by following what is happening with our taxes, like in the budgets, to make sure that they reflect our priorities and what that money is being used for, and by following what action our elected officials are taking. So what's happening in policies and decision making. If you're new to any of that, SOC is here to partner with you and get you involved on how to do that. And a lot of that is available digital now. So you can do that virtually. And so that's one thing. Voting today, please go out and vote. We're giving you so much information today, and I'm so grateful to our staff for putting it all together. The second thing I wanted to encourage you about is our anniversary and the campaign that we have. So we want you to join us to ensure that your voice, your vote, and that you have a vehicle to address your needs and dreams are solid all year round. So we launched our 30+2 with You campaign. And what we're doing is recruiting block leaders, a leader on each block. We're hoping an adult and a youth for each one of the Southside blocks. And we're hoping those leaders will be willing to be ambassadors with the neighbors on their block. So it's a really clean, simple way you can make a difference. If you, in a second, we're going to show you our poster for the campaign, and we're going to put a link in the comments that'll take you right to a registration form. But we really want you to be with us for this 32nd year of service, but also to make a big impact in our community post-pandemic, especially. So we're going to go ahead and show that flyer, and I'll walk you through the 30+2 with You campaign. All right. So for the next 32 days, we invite you, our Southside neighbors, to join our very first group of 32 Block leaders. Our goal is to recruit 16 adults and 16 youth. And then, as I said earlier, you'd be ambassadors to your block of the neighborhood, making sure people's needs and dreams come through. The way to start out is to fill out a registration form with the link in the comments below. So happy election day. Make your voice and vote count. And we hope to see you soon in the work that we're doing through our 30+2 with You campaign. And now I'm going to share the message in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking neighbors. Feliz día de elecciones, mi gente. Mi nombre es Tammy Rivera y tengo el gran honor de servir como la directora ejecutiva aquí en SAC. Hay dos cosas hoy en que les espero apoyar su acción. El primero es asegurar que su voto sea poderoso todo el año, no nada más hoy. Y el segundo es invitarlos a unirse con nosotros en nuestra campaña de 32 con usted. La primera, así que hoy es un día crítico en la democracia en que nosotros vamos a votar las personas que nos van a representar. Es igual de importante que usted se mantenga conectado con su voto todo el año, haciendo que los funcionarios que nosotros vamos a electar hoy cumplan con sus promesas y los papeles que ellos han tomado, pero también que siguen lo que está sucediendo con sus impuestos y para qué se está usando ese dinero, y que ustedes siguen la acción y las decisiones que están haciendo nuestros representantes en las políticas y las otras decisiones importantes. Si usted no sabe cómo hacer eso, no se preocupe, que nosotros queremos colaborar con ustedes en poder poner un ojo, como decía mi abuelo, poner un ojo en lo que está pasando. Y tenemos el extra beneficio de poder hacer eso por opciones virtuales, o no tienes que estar en persona. La otra cosa que les quiero apoyar es, este es el 32 aniversario de SOG. No pudimos celebrarlo por la pandemia, pero lo estamos celebrando este año y queremos celebrar eso con ustedes. Queremos asegurar que su voz, que su voto cuenta y que tengan un vehículo para abordar sus necesidades y sus sueños. En esta campaña de 32 con usted, estamos reclutando líderes de cada cuadro en el vecindario, en la zona sur. Y queremos que ustedes estén dispuestos a ser embajadores con sus vecinos de su cuadra. Ahora voy a pedirle al personal que comparten el follete con nosotros y les voy a explicar un poquito más de la campaña y vamos a poner el enlace en los comentarios para que usted se pueda registrar. Ok. No veo muy bien, voy a hacer la lucha aquí. Durante los próximos 32 días, estamos reclutando a ustedes que sean líderes para sus bloques, sus cuadras. Este va a ser el primer grupo de líderes. Estamos con la meta de 32 líderes, 16 adultos, 16 jóvenes que van a ser embajadores para sus cuadras. Para asegurar que las necesidades que ustedes tienen y los sueños se cumplen ahora, especialmente que la pandemia ha más o menos bajado o se va a terminar. Por favor, únese con nosotros. Tenemos muchos beneficios para ser líder. No hay tiempo para compartir eso con ustedes, pero por favor, siguen en el enlace que está en el comentario y nos vamos a comunicar con ustedes para orientarlos un poquito más del programa y ojalá hacer un gran cambio para lo mejor en nuestra comunidad. Gracias y tengan un buen día.
Well, there you hear it from our executive director, Tammy Rivera. So ahí escucharon de nuestra ejecutiva, directora Tammy Rivera. Now, if you have any additional information that you need or questions from us, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and give us a call at SAC at the number on the screen, 414-672-8090. We are here all day and all afternoon with you to share any information you might need or answer any questions you might have. So that is all for this hour, and we will see you shortly. Thank you.